Sure, it's taking a long time. Well, hello and good evening. Thank you for tuning in to Let's Get Acquainted. And I'm so glad to have you all come in. And tonight we're going to be talking about a new topic. This is August. It's a brand new month. And so our theme for this month is the National Happiness Happens Month. And so there's going to be some really great conversation. I have an amazing guest with me tonight, Dr. Pat Rogers. And I know we're going to take these talking points and just show you how you can have happiness. You can be in a state of happiness. And so that's what we're going to talk about tonight. I'm Hillary Gooden, your host. And as you come in, please make sure that you share, tag someone, but also say hello and let us know where you're coming in from so we can shout you out. And so before this gets started, just to give you a little time to go ahead and share and tag a friend, tag an enemy, tag somebody so they can come in, somebody that you know needs a little more happiness going on in their lives. Please do let them know. So I'm going to play a little commercial here that'll give us all time to share this broadcast out. So let's get this started. Hi, busy women leaders. I'm talking to you. Are you juggling your family, your business, your career, and your health? Afraid that if just one ball drops to the ground, everything could fall apart because everybody's looking at you. You're stressed and overwhelmed. You're looking for answers, for help that's real help, for solutions. I have Vibrant Life Solutions that can help you. I am Hillary Gooden, the Vibrant Life Coach, author, speaker, lymphologist, and pastor. I empower busy women leaders with strategies to reduce stress and anxiety while increasing energy, clarity of mind, better sleep, better health, and vitality. Oh yeah, and boost your immunity. If you're ready for that, you say, I need that in my life right now. Let's connect. You can reach me at www.hillarygooden.com. You can direct message me on Facebook or LinkedIn at Hillary Gooden. Or else if you would like to get on a free 20-minute strategy call, a clarity call, go to bit.ly/Hillary Gooden. That's bit.ly/Hillary Gooden. I absolutely believe you got the power to help your body, help you live a more vibrant life. All right. So I hope that gave you time to go ahead and share this out. And so without further ado, I'm going to bring out my guest, my special friend and guest, Dr. Pat Rogers.
Hi, Hillary.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you, Pat?
I'm fine. Pat. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you just fine.
Awesome.
And so
awesome.
I'm glad to have you on the show tonight.
I'm happy
it's taking long. Yes. Okay, so we're going to talk about happiness, and people seem that sometimes they think it's like something right out in the front of them that they never can get, and so we're just going to kind of discuss some of the ways that we know how you can try to be in that state of happiness. Is that all right?
Sure. I'm sure we all have something to say about being happy. And being sad.
Exactly. And
if we don't have anything to say about being happy and sad, then we're not breathing.
I know, right? It's everybody.
We're not breathing, absolutely.
And so everyone, just so you know, this is Dr. Pat Rogers. She's the visibility strategist, and she's the founder and CEO of Unity and Service. And she will tell us more about all of that when she has her chance to let us get acquainted with her on the second half of the show. And so at this point, I want to just bring up my, we can get into our topic because I don't want to waste any time for getting to know more about Dr. Pat Rogers. All right. So the National Happiness Happens month. Each month there they have all of these different days and different topics. You know, you could have Meatball Day and Pizza Day. So there's all kind of stuff, right? But
Bigfoot Day.
I mean, there are all kind of days and months out there. But I'd like to find out who started it, who founded it, and why. And so this was founded by the Secret Society of Happy People. They didn't go into much detail or more about that secret society, but they was started in 1999, and they wanted people to admit that you're happy. They had a day at first, and then they changed it to a month-long awareness. So that's much as I could find about who founded it and why. Let's see. Now, this is the other thing. Do you mind reading that, Dr. Pat?
All right. They wanted the happy feelings to linger inside them every day.
Yeah. And who doesn't want some
I want to say something about that. Can I say something about that right quick?
Please do.
I want to say something about that taps into my spirit. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about happiness. And this is just my story, and I'm going to stick to it.
All right.
They wanted the happy feelings to linger inside them every day. If God allowed us to be happy every day, every hour, every minute, we wouldn't be able to stand it.
We wouldn't.
We wouldn't be able to take it. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
But you know, just like, you know, with especially like coming through this pandemic, there was so much that stressed us. So many people found out about themselves too, how much they can take, how much they can't, you know. And there was so much sadness because there were so many deaths that were just, one while I just hated to even turn my TV on. And now that there's an upsurge again, I feel almost the same way, you know, because when you don't have your happiness or you don't have joy in your life, you're lacking in peace. Is that right? That's what I think.
Absolutely.
You know, your peace is drained. It's going to be frustrated.
Yeah.
And so, you know, the Bible talks about having the joy of the Lord. And I think they kind of, you know, because you can say happiness is based on a situation or something happening, and it makes you happy at the moment. But that joy that the Lord gives is there to sustain you, to strengthen you, even when nothing happy happens.
That's right. You know, and if we were happy, when you speak about the joy of the Lord, if we were happy all the time, we wouldn't really need to seek God
exactly
in our lives. Exactly. You know, we wouldn't need it, you know, because we would just always be happy. And it's those challenging times. Those are the times and the situations that create us into who we were called to be. They help structure us. They help discipline us. Yes. And they help to, you know, just to help us to be the people that we were called to be, you know, because if we don't go through challenges, then certainly we can't assist other people. Right. You know, but God, indeed, I still agree with you. God definitely, indeed, wants us to be happy. And in those sad times are when we need him to help us accept what it is that we cannot change, turn it over to him, and keep living and keep being happy. But and that takes work and practice.
And so that comes right into the next talking point. Happiness is a choice.
It's a choice.
You know, sometimes when you're going through, I understand you're going through, I understand it hurts, but the problem is when you let it linger too long.
Right.
You know, when you let it linger, that's a choice that you're making. And you can just assume choose the choice to be happy or choose God's joy, you know, instead. Because when you just allow yourself to be sad all the time, it drains your energy, and that can begin to deal with your health, your physical health.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All of that, it can affect you in so many ways, like you're saying. And also when we talk about, you were saying you was on a spiritual fast and everything. And when we talk about letting God in our lives, being a part, we have to partnership with him, just like our partnership with you. This is a relationship. It's a relationship. And he says he wants us, he tells us I think it's Psalms 37, he says, delight ourselves in the Lord, because he will give us the desires of our heart. And it's when we get the desires, or when we receive those things that we desire in life, those are the things that do make us happy.
That's right. And he said, acknowledge him in all our ways. And I just think in that same scripture, acknowledge him in all our ways. In those sad times, in the happy times, the ecstatic times, like you said, they're not meant to just live. If you just walked around smiling and all happy every single day, all day long,
people think you're crazy.
Okay, it's something else
you know what? A quick story. When I used to be like, so I guess I have a stern look. I look serious when I'm not smiling, because my mind is always on something positive. So I'm not, when I'm walking or I'm moving, I'm not seeing what's in front of me. I'm not focused on that. Whereas my mind is on what I'm thinking about. And I have had people, I'm sure you can attest to this. Sometimes people say, smile. It ain't that bad. Well, I want to say, well, honey, you are not on my mind. And I have every reason to smile. But if I be walking up this street smiling, you'll think I'm crazy.
Right. And people are used to seeing me smile. Like when I was working, before I retired, when I was working, they used to seeing me smile, because I always had a smile for people. But
I smile to people, but I'm not just gonna be walking down the street smiling.
I know that's what I'm getting at too, because there were times when I was under a lot of stress, and work, like you said, was on my mind. That project was on my mind. That due date, that deadline, that's what was on my mind. They said, well, what's the matter with you? Why are you not smiling? I said, if I just walked around smiling all day, y'all, and I worked at a behavioral health center, they'd be taking me to the psychiatrist's office. I said, come on,
that's right.
I got different phases of me too. Let's just check in on a couple of people we want to acknowledge right quick. And so I see Kathy Williams.
Hi, Kathy.
Coming in from Chicago. Hey. Thank
you for coming in.
Want to acknowledge. Here's your
Hi.
Your
boo. Up, Dr. Dorothy? How are you?
She said two of my favorite people.
Absolutely.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you. Awesome. Yeah. Happy to see you, girl. I've been meaning to call her today, but go ahead. I'll talk to her later. Yeah. You had me going, girl, when you reminded me about this interview. I was like, oh, shoot. So everything went out of my head at that time. I'm like, I got to get back home and get ready.
Miss Dorothy Ross, she'll be my guest next week. So listen good, Dorothy, because this is what we're going to be talking about.
That's Dr. and Pastor Dorothy Mae Ross.
That's right. Okay, so let's get to the next one. So it says, Stoics of ancient Greece observed happiness is all about the quality of your thoughts. And I really believe this too. It's a life, not a lifelong, but a lifelong pursuit. Absolutely. I always tell people you have to be mindful of the thoughts you allow your mind to entertain. Are they working for you or against you? Mm-hmm. You have the power to determine your thoughts. What do you have to say about that?
Oh, absolutely. I do agree with that. And a lot of times, yes, they say, I'm sure you've heard it. They say, when you change the way you think, you'll change the way you behave. That means that if I'm sad and if I'm frustrated and agitated, I have to change that thought pattern at that time into something positive. And it goes back to what you said before about the word. That's why the Bible says that thy word have I hid in my heart.
That's right.
You have to hide that positive stuff and a lot of affirmations and things of that nature, so that when those difficult times come, you'll have something to draw from. But if your cup is empty, you can do nothing but feed off of that negative energy, because that's all you have in you. So this is why it's important to read books, read the Bible, stay around positive people, because that plays a role in it too. Some people you be around, your spirit is good till you get around them.
Yeah, you
And
said,
the enemy knows what ticks us off. He knows how to set us off. So we have to even be careful in the relationships that we build with other people.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
but our thoughts definitely are determined about our behaviors are determined by our thoughts.
That's right. And so the other thing about the thoughts, why I agree with this so much, is that our thoughts are things. They're neurons. You know, they're actually little squiggly things that's going on in our brain. And when you decide, you know, say you're somebody that's sad, you're melancholy, you just that person that when you come in, the whole atmosphere just drags down. But you don't want to be like that anymore. You know, you say, I'm tired of being like this. I don't know how to be different. And like you just said, you have to find ways, read a book, read the Bible, be around more happy people. And the more that you are persistent in your desire and in your pursuit to be happy or to be more joyous, to be more lighthearted, your brain, it's like your mind and your brain, it's like they like to stay the same because it's
Right.
comfortable and they just
It's
like to stay
comfortable.
the same. So it's like it'll fight you in the beginning, but you have to be persistent. You have to stick with it. And what happens in your brain, that old neuron, that old thought that that's been keeping you that way, when you begin to change, the new neuron will pop up into your brain, right?
Wow.
And as
Yeah.
you continue to be persistent and really stick to it day after day, that the new one will get bigger and the other old one will get smaller until it just go poof, gone.
Wow.
You got this new thought pattern going on,
Yeah.
but you have to
Yeah.
be persistent. And like I said, it's a
Absolutely.
lifelong pursuit.
I agree. It
Yeah.
takes discipline. All behaviors, I believe all of our behaviors, it takes practice,
Yes,
discipline
absolutely.
to develop good behaviors. Even
Yeah.
like some people that say they're introverts, I'm just using that for an example. Well, I'm an introvert. Well, I'm working with a young lady, and she felt she is an introvert. So she says she's an introvert and she is. And after just working with her a little few times on and on, and now when she was talking like, oh, you could hardly hear her. And now it's like she's talking, she's smiling when she talks, and you know what?
Yeah.
When she see the change, when we see the change in ourselves,
Yes.
what makes us happy?
There you go. There you
That's
go.
what makes me happy.
That's
When I
what
can
makes
see
you happy.
myself, and there are times I got to tell myself, okay, you got to fix that, girl. You got to fix
Yeah.
that. And I say to myself, and then when I'm aware of it, and that's the first thing, we have to be aware
Yes.
of who we are, how we behave. We have to be aware of those things that makes us uncomfortable, which is what you were saying before, makes us unhappy. And when we know that, when those things come up against us, because it will come up.
Oh yeah.
I'm going in. Can I go in?
Come on. That's what this is all about.
God has his way, and the devil, I'm going in. The devil has his. The
That's
devil
right.
knows what ticks Hillary off.
Mm-hmm.
So he gonna always present those things. It seems like the same thing all the time, just different faces and different names. So when I'm aware of those things that the enemy knows, if he knows that I like my bookshelf, if he knows that I'm going in. If he knows that I don't like people to slam my car door when they get in my car,
Yeah.
what you think gonna happen?
Somebody gonna slam
They're
that
gonna slam
door.
the door. So instead of me saying, excuse me, could you please don't slam the door? I had to practice and say, you know what? It's just the door.
Me too.
And don't say nothing.
Me too.
So those are behaviors that we have to practice.
Yeah.
Because
I had the same. Go ahead.
No, one wrong word, sometimes it's better just don't say nothing than to try to fix it because it's already done anyway. But still, so I mean, it's definitely a challenge to change, but we have to be aware of those things that trigger us.
Yes. I have decided, okay, I'm going to hold on to my peace. My peace, your peace is connected to your happiness and your joy. It is. It's like, I think I'm going to have some coins made with peace. It's that peace and health or peace and joy, peace and love, whatever, because your peace is connected to everything that you do, your behaviors and stuff. And I have decided, you know what, I'm going to hold on to my peace. I'm not handing it over, because that's what
Come
happens.
on.
Like, you hand it over to somebody,
Yeah.
and then you mad, but you gave it to them.
Yeah. Yep,
You
you're right.
relinquished it, and you have the power to hold on to it and to walk in it by
You're
finding
absolutely
ways
right.
to not be so bothered by, it's just a door, you know?
It's just a door.
It's just a door. And it's just like when I was around more people, when I was working, you know, when you're entrepreneur, you're not around a lot of people unless you just, I don't know. But I used to tell them when things would happen and people be treating me some kind of way, just like somebody else did. And I said, these people don't know that person. This is just the same person, a different devil. Different devil. I mean, same person. No, same devil, different person.
Different
I used to
person.
say that all the time. That's all, and I would recognize it. You know, because sometimes it's just like the same words would come out of their mouth.
Yeah.
Because he don't change much. If the same thing is working, he's not going to change. He's going to keep using the same thing.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Until we master it. And then he goes to something else. You know, yeah. So we are constantly working on ourselves, and we're constantly trying to find, like you said, our happiness. That's you right. know, but again, it goes back to some relationships, like I said, sometimes, because happiness does not come. I'm gonna say this. I don't believe, for me, I don't believe happiness comes from things and places. No. I'm sorry, I don't believe unhappiness comes from things and places. It comes through people. Yeah. Would you agree?
Yes, absolutely. And we're going to get to that too, because let's see what Dr. Ross is saying here. She said, I'm glad to always talk about the joy of the Lord, for it is our strength. Absolutely.
That's right. Yes, yes. That's right. And it goes back. That's good. Thank you, Kathy, and Dr. Dorothy. And that is so true. And this is why we have to stay rooted and grounded in the positive and in the word. Because when we need it, it springs up. You know?
That's what, you know, I tell people, it's like the Prego. You remember that commercial about the Prego sauce, spaghetti sauce? And they had all kind of vegetables and garlic and all that kind of stuff in it. I said, you know, it's just like the Prego. You have to put it in there. Yeah. You have to put it in there. And when you need it, the Holy Spirit knows how to dig around in there and bring up the right thing just when you need it.
Absolutely.
I just love being in relationship. The most important relationship, and that's with the Lord. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So thank you, Laverne Elder Roberts, for coming in.
Hi, Laverne. Thank you for watching.
Illinois.
Yeah. And I want to share something. I'm going to share a little story right quick that happened to me today. I don't know if this may be off topic a little bit, but I think it has a lot to do. It's on topic. Okay. I'm going in. Can I go in?
It's all right.
Yeah, today, what happened today was we talked about the house earlier, me having a handyman come over to my house to do some things for me, you know, so he's been with me diligently, and I pay him on a daily basis based on his work. Yes. And today, and when you remember, I recently went jet skiing in Florida. For my birthday, and I went jet skiing. So when we went on the jet skis, there was this guy named Jose, who was the driver of the jets, you know, took us out to do the jet skis and stuff. And we paid him his money through Cash App. Was it through Cash App? No, through Zelle. We paid him his money through Zelle to ride the jet skis. So he was still in my Zelle phone. He's still in there as a person that I've paid money to. So today, my guy who works on my house, my handyman, his name too is Jose. Yeah. I think you might know where I'm going. I had to pay Jose $350 a day. Ooh. So I always pay Jose. He'll send me a little text, tell me what he did, and what I owe. So he happened to be standing there, and he didn't ever get the money. I said, uh-oh. And then I realized I still had that other Jose in my phone, and it had behind it jet ski. I said, oh God, I done sent this $350 to somebody else. So you can imagine my whole demeanor. Everything changed. Any joy I had was sucked completely out of me. You know that, right? But I'm gonna tell you something. It goes back to having that positive inside of you, because I know that God allowed that to happen, and I say to him, I'm going to depend on you to fix this problem that I made a mess of, because I messed up. Yes. And sometimes that's what he wants from us. Sometimes he allowed those negative things to happen just so we'll talk to him, just so we'll depend on him, because when I depend on him, it shows how powerful he is. And then guess what? I get to share the message.
Yeah.
So I had little Jose call this big Jose, and I said, talk to him, because both of them spoke Spanish. How about that?
Right.
I was working that thing out. So he called me for me. The bank said, well, you've already gone. The money is gone. We can't get it back. The money, if it was pending, we could, but we can't. So call a person. We already did that. So we did that. He talked to him. Then he says he wants you to call him. I called this guy, Jose. Now, mind you, only met this guy one time.
Right.
I called him. First, I sent him a text, and then I sent him a screenshot of it. And then he called. He texted me just before I got on this platform. He called me.
Wow.
He said, Miss Rogers, he said, did you get the money? I sent it back to you in Zelle. But guess what? He said, I sent it back to you via Cash App. But guess what happened? Before that, I said, send me the 300 and you keep the 50 for your honesty and for your, for being concerned about me. That young man called me before I got on this platform, and he said, I want you to know, I just sent it in Cash App, and don't worry about it. I sent you the whole amount.
See, and then that made you
That could have taken me. This guy's in Miami. I'm in Georgia. Yeah. He didn't have to do that. This is why it's important to have a relationship with somebody bigger and greater than you, because God can touch the hearts of the people when you cannot even see them or be near them.
That's true. That is so true.
And if I hadn't got that money back, not if I hadn't gotten it back, but that whole situation could have messed up this whole interview for the night. But what am I going to do? I'm not going. What I want us not to do is, when you're going through a situation, you cannot stop your opportunity of success, which is tonight on this interview, because something else happened, because that's designed, strategically designed also to see how determined you are to reach your successful goal.
Right. And to just mess you up right before. The enemy use all kind of tactics to just frustrate us, frustrate God's plan. But God's plan is God's plan. That's just like yesterday we took one of our members. She needed to look around at some different assisted living places, and she wanted to go to one way out. So I told her, fine, we'll go. Me and my mother took her. And when we got there, I felt like already we had driven maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. We got there and got out. She got out, and I don't know what she did when she opened the door, but the door wouldn't close. It kept just banging the side door on the van. And my mother, they went on their side, and I said, okay. And I kept banging the door till I just sat down quiet. I said, okay, Lord, I told you I'm not giving up my peace. This door worked fine before we got here. It's been working fine for years. I ain't never seen it do this. So in Jesus' name, fix this door. Amen. And I pushed it, and it went right into place. I said, wow, thank you. And some ladies that had been watching me bang the door, I just told them what happened, because they was like, well, what happened? And I was glad to tell them God fixed it. He did it.
Thank you, Jesus. Amen. Yes. That's right.
We have to stop and then give it to him and then move forward. And he wants us to do that.
Absolutely. Because if we stop because of challenges from one thing from one thing to another that we have lined up for us, because things are going to occur. But what we have to learn to do is persevere. That's what the word persevere means, that we're going to go through no matter what the challenge. We're going to be consistent and persistent. And I'm so grateful, because the minute all that went down, I was still getting dressed. I was whatever. And you know what? When it finally, he called me, he said, did you get it? I sent it. Did you get it? I told him, I said, yes, I got it. Thank you. And I was about in tears. I told him, yes, I got it. But you know what? The first thing I said to me, thank you, Jesus. And then I said, that's a testimony. I'm going to share that tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And so let's see, this is something Oprah came to the realization. You want to read that for me, Dr. Pat?
Yes, Oprah said it wasn't until she learned to be happy that good things started happening to her. It wasn't until she learned to be happy that good things started working for her. And I can certainly agree with that. And so that's what I was
saying. She learned to be happy.
Absolutely.
She learned to be happy. Just like we learn to love people. You learn to love people, because it's easy to hate.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy to be hateful and mean, but you learn to love because you love sometimes when people are not lovable.
Say that again.
And so, you
and that's
love people even when they're not lovable with the love of the Lord. That's one of the first things I learned when I got saved, how to love with His love. And I was like, that makes it easy. And so then I want to share one more. Thank you. I want to share one more quote, and this from Abraham Lincoln. I'll read this one. So Abraham Lincoln, he said, folks are usually about as happy as they make their minds up to be. That sounds like happiness is a choice.
It is a choice. Happiness is a choice. Yeah, everything we do in life, I believe, is a choice. And we can choose to be happy or we can choose to be sad. And again, it goes back to what you said. If I choose to be happy, then if whatever situation I'm dealing with at the time that's making me not happy, I have to change my mindset and I have to change the thought pattern. And sometimes I even have to change my activity at the time. And I'm sure you can attest to this. All ladies who's listening to this, there are times I have been disturbed at a moment about something or whatever. And you know what I've done? I said, you know what? Go treat yourself. I'll go get my nails done.
Yeah.
I'll go take myself to dinner. I'll do something that I enjoy doing, because at that moment, I don't have no control over that situation.
Exactly.
But what I do have control over is me and how I respond and how I react. And I choose sometimes to go do something good for me because I tell myself I deserve it. Forget that crap. I deserve it.
I look in the mirror, I pass the mirror. It's a mirror right outside my bedroom. A lot of times I'll walk past it. And now I've gotten to the place I walk back to, and I'll say, hey, you know I love you.
I know that's right.
Go back to the mirror. I'm on my way. Girl, you looking good. And I get, I say, I'm gonna stop passing by this mirror like she don't matter. You matter.
That's right. That's right.
And smile in the mirror. Because you know what I had to do, because like you were talking about, sometimes you look so stern and people think you mean. I'm the nicest person that you just have to know me. But I found that maybe my resting face is, I need to work on it. So I started smiling to work some of those muscles. So it's easy to smile, and my resting face.
It is. It's easy to smile, and that's when I developed the smiling too. Back in the day, like I said, like you said, it's a process. It's a learned behavior, And I know, being in the military, coming up the last of 8 children in a family of 5 boys, 2 girls. We all are just serious minded, serious looking. So I learned it didn't hurt me to smile. So I would go into the mirror. That's why people say, girl, you love the camera. Well, honey, I used to go in the mirror when I was little. That's why I love video so much and pictures. Because when I was younger, I would go in the mirror and I would actually practice my smile when I get ready to take a picture. Because my real smile sometimes was too big for me. I'm like, oh, you need to bring that down a little bit. So I would get in the mirror.
Yeah, exactly. And it works those muscles. It works those muscles right there, so that your resting face is not in a mean kind of way. And when you get ready to smile, if you've practiced that, those muscles know right where to go to that nice smile. It's amazing.
And when you do it long enough, it becomes a habit, and you know how to position yourself when you're not in front of the mirror. I know when I'm taking a picture, I know how, and I know it comes out right, because I've done it so much and so well. And even when I'm on these platforms, and I'm glad you're on that subject, me being a visibility strategist, a lot of times I watch people when they're on these platforms. I'm like, dog, can she smile? This is a happy moment. And I'm like, in my mind, don't they see themselves in that little window that I see myself now? So don't they, sometimes I say, do people really see themselves, how they're on these platforms, and then they're talking and they're just looking so, come on, man, bring some life into this thing. Smile. I'm like, you smile.
When I first got started, Dr. Pat, I'm going to tell you, I was so serious, because my topic can really be serious about lymphatic system, and nobody knows about it. So I was always trying to explain what it was. And it was too serious even for me. I was boring myself. I'm gonna tell you the truth. And I was like, I was like, okay, I gotta find a way so I can talk about something that I can smile about, because this is just too serious, too heavy, you know. And I've learned now so many different ways that I can lead into what I do and who I am. You know, that's not like this, talking about happiness. You know, if I wanted to, I can start talking about the lymphatic system, you know, and how it affects it and all that. You know what I mean? So yeah, learning to smile, I had to practice. And people, if you're finding that you have an issue with smiling, and whoever is listening to us right now, are you easy to smile? Do you smile a lot? Because the thing is too, when you smile, your brain lets loose good endorphins in the brain that make you feel good. Even if it ain't nothing happened. So you can sit smiling and change your mood.
Yes. And you know what? When you smile, I know you want to read Dorothy's comment, but let me say this. When you smile, other people around you start smiling.
That's true.
When you're happy and when you walk into a room and you're happy, other people around you is gonna feel that energy. That's why they call me the Energizer Bunny. I don't care what I'm going through. When I walk in a room, I'm owning that room.
Yeah.
I want everybody to see me. I don't put on my makeup. I don't put on my good dress. I don't put on my jewelry. You doggone right, I want attention. Yes. I love it when y'all tell me, oh, girl, your hair look good. Oh, your dress look good. Oh, you shoot. Thank you. Yeah. I worked hard for this. Thank you. I did all this to come here and be amongst y'all. So I want to make y'all proud of me. So when I get a compliment, I'm wearing my compliment. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Exactly. So let's read what Dorothy said. And we got a couple other comments, and then I want to get to just one more, and then I'm going to let you have the second half. So let's read what Dorothy said here. She says, I love this saying, won't I do it? Won't he do it?
That's right.
Our gladness comes because I'm not sure what you said. Our gladness becomes because
when we have a relationship with God.
Okay.
Our gladness comes because we have a relationship with God.
Okay.
All who knows, Jesus knows the joy that he brings. Amen.
Absolutely.
Amen. Absolutely. And speaking about the joy and the happiness that God brings in the Bible, I don't know if we're aware of it, but I'm gonna say this, that God talks about the word happiness is listed more in the Bible than any command. Do your research.
Be happy. This is amazing. And so Kathy said, that's good, Hillary. I said something that was good. And then my mom, Apostle Doctor, is in the house, and she said, could you read that?
Yes, joy is forever. Happiness is fleeting. Blessings.
And then just blessings.
Blessings. Yes. Joy is forever. Happiness is fleeting. Happiness comes, joy is forever. And then, of course, with all of that comes blessings. Absolutely.
Yes. So everybody just share. If you haven't shared, please do share this out. One other very important place I need to go with this, and then we're going to go ahead and find out more about my special guest, Dr. Pat Rogers. And so there was a Harvard study done on happiness. This study started in 1938 and is still going on today. They've had 4 different directors over this whole project. They had no idea that it was going to go so far, because they found that if it says, I have to temper my glass. It says the most surprising finding is that our relationships and how happy we are in those relationships has a powerful influence over our health. That's on the next screen. Over our health. What do you have to say about that, Dr. Rogers?
That it affects our health. Surprisingly, finding is that our relationships and how happy we are in those relationships. Absolutely. You know, absolutely. It can not only affect your health. It not only affects your health. I'm going in. It will affect your life. People are killing each other every day over something silly because of a bad relationship. Instead of getting out of the relationship and moving on with their lives, they rather, well, if I can't have you, nobody else will. And then they spoil their whole life. So yes, it can affect you through relationships for sure. And, you know, even women who are friends, men who are friends, you know, mother and father, you know, brothers and sisters, we're going to have challenges. Conflict has to occur. because conflict also teaches us how to treat one another. So conflict is not all bad, but we do have to know how to manage it and get through it. Because if we don't, we'll end up savaging a good relationship. So when we know that this can affect these, not being happy can affect our relationships, then we have to be aware, like we said before, of those triggers.
Yes.
Identify them. Yeah. And then learn how to get through them or manage them rather than letting them manage you.
So this is one of the main things from 1938 all the way to now. The most prevailing finding, till today, is relationships.
Yeah.
Relationships, because we have relationships, like you were just saying, not just with your spouse, with your family, your inner circle family, your extended family, people that your friends, people that acquaintances, business associates, clients. There's just so many different kinds of relationships.
Work.
Your work relationships. And it's amazing when you can have relationships that are healthy or they're supportive. You'll have more peace. I just can't get away from that. You'll have more peace in your life. It's nothing like going to a stressful job doing it because of the relationships are toxic.
Yes, the relationships are toxic. And what helps us to overcome that too is a big one. I think it's is forgiveness. We have to know how to forgive.
Oh, yes.
Because even though
you have to learn how to love and how to forgive.
Gotta be able to forgive and move forward and not stay in the funk. They always use, I heard somebody say one time, it don't matter how we get in the funk. What matters is how we get out.
How we get out.
How we get ourselves
Gotta get out of it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Can you read this? This is our last talking point. Oh, can you read it for me?
Oh, taking care of your body is important, but tending to your relationship is a form of self-care. And absolutely. Tending to your relationship is a form of self-care because of what you just said, that it can affect your well-being, period. Health-wise, mentally, emotionally, and all of that. So definitely.
And sometimes I know when talking about self-care, that's one of the points that I've, told people that, maybe something that you can do, because self-care is not just spas and nails and things like that, but self-care sometimes is reaching out to people maybe you haven't talked to in a while, because real friends, they don't have to talk every day. When we talk, we're good and we can talk, catch up, on things. But just nurturing relationships, whoever they are or however you do it, it's just that's a part of your self-care as well. And they found they had one thing that they said that was talking about marital relationships. Those that were in healthy relationships at age 50 tended to be more healthy at age 80 because of the relationship. And so it's really important. It was a lot of stuff. And I said, I ain't got all day to talk about it because I got to hear more about Dr. Pat Rogers. She gave us just a little bit. But before we go to that, and let me see my comments, and then we're going to open this up to, let's see. Apostle said, joy is a spirit. And then she said, what did she say right there?
Joy will keep you strong when happy.
When happiness can't be found.
Okay. Absolutely. Joy will keep you strong when happiness can't be found.
Yes. And so I'm going to play a quick promo from Dr. Rogers, and then we're going to come back and she's going to have the floor to let us get acquainted with her, and then whatever else she wants to tell us. All right. So we're going to go to this quick promo first. Can I turn it on from here? Do I have to go here? There we go.
Can you open the screen up?
Okay, that's what I'm trying to come back. Okay.
I am Dr. Patricia Rogers, Visibility Strategist and CEO of Unity in Service. Unity in Service provides a platform for entrepreneurs to speak while we fill the seats. At our August 26th, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. event, we will show you how Hillary. Hillary.
Okay.
Okay,
I'm not sure why it stopped. It's still in play mode on
I don't know either.
So I'll try to play it a little bit right when you get finished. Okay, I'm not sure what happened, but it stopped.
Let me see if I can play it on my end.
Okay. Please.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, everything is about training and practice to me.
Yeah.
Because I have to figure out why my video is dragging. Maybe it's your platform, I don't know, but I always like to know why, what, when, where, so I can fix it. I'm just curious. I'm gonna use the share button down here.
Okay.
I'm gonna use that share button because I don't use it. I don't use it often, and I like to try it and see if it will work better that way.
Please
just training is essential. I'm just curious. If it doesn't, I'm gonna turn it off, and we're gonna keep moving. Knowledge is power. Training is essential. .com. We look forward to seeing you at the event. What was that? Okay,
that was the end. You're gonna restart it right quick.
Edit name. I don't know. Okay, see, it's not even coming up for me. I'm clicking that button, but like I said, I'm gonna learn. I mean, I don't know. I don't normally use that, but I was just curious to see. And it's only a minute and some. Oh, there it goes.
There we go.
I am Dr. Patricia Rogers, Visibility Strategist and CEO of Unity in Service. Unity in Service provides a platform for entrepreneurs to speak while we fill the seats. At our August 26th, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. event, we will show you how to access. Okay, I don't know. I got to do a research.
That might be my platform. I had to click play on my end. So folks, we're sorry for that little interruption, but go ahead. Well, you want to go ahead and tell them about it?
Yeah, no, it's all good. Yes, okay. I'm a very analytical person, and I love to. Only way I can teach other people is I have to learn what goes on and what the problem is. And because we are entrepreneurs, we're our own boss. We can do whatever we want to do on these platforms. Training is essential. So, yes, but I've been posting it. And what we're doing, first of all, everyone, I am Dr. Patricia Rogers, as Hillary has stated. I'm a 29-year veteran of the Miami-Dade County Department of Corrections. I did 12 years also in the U.S. Army Reserves. And I retired in 2016 after 29 years in law enforcement. Oh, wow. And so therefore, I am also, my green screen is messed up and I don't like that. But anyway, I'm going to move forward. And so since coming into this entrepreneur arena, I have positioned myself as an international public speaker by investing in trainings that those individuals who are influencers, I went out for what they had. And I saw they had what I wanted, so therefore I made the investment in myself. And with having said that, I encourage you, if you see someone who has what you want, make that investment in yourself, because you can do it too. And also, I'm an international best-selling co-author. I'm in about four collaboration books. So, and I'm currently writing my own finally, which should be done hopefully by the end of the year or the beginning, somewhere in there. But at the end of the day, my zone of genius is setting a platform so that entrepreneurs can speak while we fill the seats. I connect entrepreneurs. I've been hosting on live events for over 7 years, a little bit over 7 years now. And from the pandemic, I started hosting online virtual events. And I tell you, I'm loving every minute of it, because we get to connect with many people from all around the world. And that makes it even better. But even at the live events, we was blessed to have one gentleman who would come to our events all the way from London. So people would fly in. They see me on social media, and that's what made them fly in, because they love my presentation. And I say that because presentation as entrepreneurs is everything. Branding is everything. How I look when I show up is what attracts the people and give them that desire to watch my content. If you don't have good content, then sometimes people will keep moving. So when people go to my Facebook page, they see the energy based on all of the activities that I'm either a part of, or that I am groups and things that I'm associated with, and that always involve other people. And I believe Unity in Service is the name of my company. And we know that people need people. So if you're not networking, I strongly suggest that you start networking so that you can get your name out there, your name, your services, because all of that makes up your brand, your products, all of that makes up your brand. And if people don't see you, it's because you're not there. I told a young lady the other day when she says that she don't worry about competition and she's not worried about people filling her spot. And I was in total agreement with her, because I told her, if you're in your spot, can't nobody get in it anyway. So if you're not walking in your passion, ladies and gentlemen, you're missing a treat. I am retired and I'm having the ball of my life. Yes, we all have challenges, but challenges sets the platform for my success. The bigger the challenge, then I know it's a blessing on the way. That's why when these things come, that to knock us and to make us not want to do what we want to do, it's because there's a blessing around the corner. And I strongly suggest that you persevere and persevere and keep your eyes on your prize, because can't nobody achieve your goal except you. And so with that, having said that, we have an event coming up. We was trying to play the video, and it will be on August the 26th. And I've partnered with a gentleman from India, Dr. Pandey, Ashipak Pandey. He's in India, and he's affiliated with Theophany University. And he saw something in me and the work that I'm doing. And of course, in May, my greatest achievement, aside of a lot of other accolades and awards that I've gotten from organizations, Women's Prosperity Network, Women with Vision, Chamber of Commerce's, Women of Achievement. Then there's just so many, I can't even remember them all. But the bottom line is that they keep coming because I keep showing up. So he reached out to me, and he will be our guest keynote speaker on August the 26th. And what he has done in August, in May, my biggest achievement was that when he introduced it to me, how I can achieve the Doctorate of Humanity Award based on all of the good things that he see that I am doing. And then along with presenting many other degrees and things that I have achieved down through my life, or my entrepreneur arena in my life, I was able to, we call it prerequisites, or we was able to trade off basically. And I had the credentials. And so he's going to come and talk with all of us and show us all how we can obtain doctor in front of your surname. And I'm going to say this to all of you, anything that we want in this entrepreneur arena, believe you me, somebody has it. And I stressed this, and it took me a while to say yes. It didn't take me but a few minutes to say yes, because God spoke to me and say, you got it. So how you going to stop those people who are in your path from obtaining that opportunity to wear doctor before their name, if they're willing to make the investment and submit the documentations and so on and so forth? So you say people need people. So how you not going to do that? So that's exactly what happened. And I was convicted in my spirit, and I told him yes. So we're hosting this event, and I'm so excited about it. And it took me 2 days to get the participants in this event. And you'll see them. You'll see this video played throughout social media, but I do host events, and we're looking for public speakers, possibly for May. I'm sorry, I keep getting my dates wrong. October will be our last event for the year. And we're going to be celebrating those people who haven't made the investment and submitted those documentation, who qualify, because what I have been chosen as the, I'm connected with the Acquainted University, and they have delegated me as the international relations head. So for the USA, and I'm grateful for that opportunity. So again, like I say, doors continue to open. And when I go, I want to take you with me. So you all come out to that event. The tickets are only $47. We only have 50 seats that we're trying to fill, because we want people who understand the value of that award, and who really want to raise their level of authority by adding doctor to your surname, because we all know that it's always about how we impact other people's lives. It's about how people look up to us. It's about how we influence people. And whatever title we wear, they all have valuable meaning. So this is what we're doing now. And I'm looking forward to it. And we already have over 20-some people registered for this event. So we only have 50 seats. And if you're interested, you can go to honoraryaward.eventbrite.com to reserve your seat. That's honoraryaward.eventbrite.com. And you can also go to my Facebook page. I'm also on LinkedIn. You can go to patrogers360.com, and you can click on the event icon, and you can reserve your seat there as well. And I'm just excited about this entrepreneur journey that God has put me on. And this is what makes me happy. When I can serve you, that's what makes me happy. So this is my story, and I'm sticking to my story. I love you all. And Hillary, thank you so much for setting this platform for me. I really appreciate it. And I'm just having the time of my life, because I believe that branding is everything. And if I'm not there, nobody sees me. So this recording will be posted throughout social media. You know how that goes. Yes.
Did I get the information right?
Yes, $47 a person, and it's called the honor. You left that O out of the honor. That needs to be an O rather than an A. But you can also add it. Yeah. Honor.
Okay. You can put it in the chat.
It's up there. It's in the chat already. It's in the chat.
Oh,
it's in the chat, and they can connect with me. They can connect with me at patrogers360, patrogers.com, and I'll put it in the chat for you.
Okay. Well, you know what? This has been an amazing. We're right at the top of the hour. And I thank you. We timed it in. We got a lot in. I thank all of our viewers that came in and participated in the discussion. That always makes it more lively. And, we could have just talked, but, we had to stop somewhere. And I thank you for sharing, letting us get acquainted with who you are and what it is you do. And, and you're certainly helping people internationally, globally around the world to be better at what it is you can do to deposit in them. And so
absolutely,
this is our time. We're going to close it out, but I want to let you have your final words that you want to leave with the audience. And, this is for our amazing replay viewers as well. We didn't forget you, replay viewers.
Okay. I want you to take that clip down and put the next one up that I sent you. You see where I said connect with Dr. Rogers at patrogers360.com. I wrote that wrong. Okay. That's my fault. And they can schedule a 45-minute session. You could let's chat. Let's get to know each other, because this is how I grow my network. I want to connect with other networkers and other people. And like I say, we can collaborate. I will be looking for expert panelists as well for our October event. We will be honoring those people who have made that that large, huge step in their life to take on this offer of adding doctor to their name. And I want to just say kudos to Dr. and Pastor Dorothy Ross. A doctor and pastor. I got to give her kudos. Okay, for investing in her time. Oh my God, she must have submitted over 30 some awards and stuff. Oh Jesus. But anyway, we don't have to submit that many. But you know what? I was so proud of her to see all she was thinking. She didn't have the right stuff. She had more than enough. And it was a good thing, because sometimes we have all these degrees and awards that are hidden and we don't know where they are. But when you're looking to excel and to raise your level of authority, you got to know where these documents are. So I want to applaud her now, because at the event we will be honoring her as well as a couple of more who have made that huge step in their lives and in their entrepreneurial career. And I'm just grateful to be here. And if I have anything to close with, I just want to say that the value of life is not in its duration. It's not about how long we live, but the value of life is in its donation. So what do you have to give? I am Dr. Patricia Rogers, the CEO and visibility strategist of Unity in Service, where people need people. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. So I'm gonna ask you just in the studio, and I'm gonna close this out right quick. All right. Mm-hmm. So thank you so much. I so enjoyed this too. I know it was gonna be good.
Yeah, thank you so much. Absolutely. Awesome.
One more, Dorothy said, thank you, Hillary, for all you do and how you serve.
Awesome.
Okay, so I'm gonna say my final words right quick. Oh my God, I knew this was going to be a good show tonight, because Dr. Pat Rogers, even though she had a day like she did, we had our word of prayer and we came on in, and she had a few times where she said, I'm going in, and she's known for going in. And so, this was really good. And this is August. Our new topic, our new theme is Happiness Happens Month. And so each of my speakers, and Dr. Dorothy Ross, that's on the screen, Dr. Pastor Dorothy Ross is on the screen right now. She will be next week's guest. And I know it's going to be another lovely conversation. And so I would just say, we talked about how happiness is a choice. Happiness is something you decide that you want in your life, and you're going to do whatever it's going to take to help that. My hashtag is help your body help you. You have a responsibility to help your body, help your mind, so that it can be what it is you desire for it to be. Especially down, you can be up. If you're sad, you can feel better, but you have to choose to do that. And so this month is going to be all about different things that you can do to help your body, help your mind, and help your spirit, help you to live a more vibrant life by having more vibrant health, even healthy in your mind, body, and spirit. So thank you for coming in. I'm here every Thursday night at 6 p.m. Central, 7 Eastern, and I'll have a different guest each time. I also have a broadcast on Tuesdays, the Vibrant Health Show, where I talk about all things that you can do to help your body help you have better health and a more vibrant life. That's on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Central, 8 o'clock Eastern. So make sure that you're following me. I also have this on YouTube. Make sure that you subscribe to my page. I want to get those numbers up, so help a sister out. Okay. And so I'm just glad for you coming in. Thank you again to all my replay viewers, and I'll see you again next week. Have a blessed night and a happy life.